Have you ever walked into a small apartment that somehow felt bigger than it really was? Maybe the ceilings weren't high, the furniture wasn't fancy, yet the air felt light. The light seemed to dance, and you could breathe just a little easier. That, my friends, is the quiet magic of Feng Shui. The art of designing spaces that feed your energy instead of draining it. And if you're living in a small apartment, maybe in New York, San Francisco, or any city where every square foot counts, Feng Shui isn't just decoration, it's survival with soul. Hi, I'm Mythrut, and today we'll explore how to turn a small apartment into a sanctuary of space, flow, and harmony. No need for crystals or complicated rituals. Just an open mind and a willingness to look at your home differently. Because Feng Shui isn't about superstition. It's about awareness of how space affects energy and how energy shapes your life. When Qi, that invisible current of life force, flows freely through your home, you'll notice you sleep better, think clearer, and even feel more optimistic about your goals. But when Qi gets stuck, through clutter, poor layout, or heavy decor, it's like your apartment is holding its breath, and so are you. Right here, we'll dive into how furniture scale and layout affect your sense of freedom, how color, light, and texture can make a room feel alive, and the small, mindful choices that create big shifts in energy. So whether you're decorating your first studio or trying to breathe new life into a tiny home, stay with me. By the end of this journey, you'll not only see your apartment differently, you'll feel different inside it. Let's begin where all good Feng Shui begins, with the flow of energy. When most people think of architecture, they picture walls, ceilings, and floor plans, things we can see and touch. But there's another kind of architecture, one that's invisible yet powerful. The flow of energy, or Qi. In Feng Shui, Qi moves through your home like a gentle breeze or a quiet stream. When it flows freely, everything feels balanced. You wake up with clarity, your thoughts feel lighter, and even small spaces seem to expand. But when that flow is blocked by cluttered corners, oversized furniture, or stagnant air, the space begins to feel heavy, no matter how big or bright it is. Let me give you an example. A client of mine once lived in a tiny studio apartment in Los Angeles, barely 400 square feet. She told me she always felt exhausted, even though she kept her space tidy. When I visited, I noticed her bed was pushed tightly against two walls, her desk faced a blank corner, and the only window was half covered by thick curtains for privacy. In Feng Shui terms, Qi had nowhere to move. It was trapped. We made 3 simple changes. 1, moved her bed slightly away from the wall so air could circulate on both sides. 2, shifted her desk so she could see the door while working, what we called the command position. 3, and replaced the heavy curtains with sheer ones that allowed morning light to enter. Within a week, she said she was sleeping better and feeling more focused. Nothing mystical, just energy finally moving the way it was meant to. That's the beauty of Feng Shui. It reminds us that even in a small apartment, space isn't measured by square feet. It's measured by flow. When Qi flows, time feels slower, breathing feels easier, and the mind feels calmer. The lesson here is simple. You don't need a bigger home to live with ease. You just need to clear the invisible pathways that already exist. If Qi is the current that fills a room with life, then furniture and layout are the riverbanks that guide it. Let's explore how to shape your space so energy and you can move freely. If energy is the life force that moves through your home, then furniture is what shapes its rhythm, like rocks in a river that guide the current. In a small apartment, every piece of furniture becomes part of that invisible choreography. Place it right, and chi glides with grace. Place it wrong, and the energy stumbles, pooling or crashing like water against a dam. So how do we let chi dance freely? It begins with form and proportion. Many people make the mistake of filling a small apartment with oversized sofas or heavy wooden tables, as if more furniture equals more comfort. But in Feng Shui, too much solidity traps the flow. Instead, we look for balance. Pieces that are light enough to let the air circulate beneath, rounded enough to keep energy moving gently, and scaled to match the human body. Not overwhelm it. Let me tell you a story. A young couple in Chicago once asked me why their small living room always felt tight, even after decluttering. When I arrived, I saw the problem immediately. A massive sectional sofa covered nearly 2 walls, leaving a narrow passage between it and the coffee table. They spent evenings squeezing through gaps, bumping knees, feeling irritated without knowing why. We replaced that one piece with a slimmer love seat and 2 light chairs on angled legs. Suddenly, there was breathing room. Chi could move in a figure 8 around the seating, what we call the natural flow pattern. The couple said it felt like the room had doubled in size, even though the dimensions hadn't changed. That's the dance of Chi. You don't see it, but you feel its rhythm. Another common Feng Shui principle is the command position, especially for major pieces like the bed, sofa, or desk. Always place them so you can see the door without being directly in line with it. Why? Because your subconscious feels safer when you can see what's coming. When your body relaxes, so does your energy. That shows in small spaces. It's not about owning less. It's about arranging with intention. Every inch has a role in supporting your well-being. When you sit down, your body should rest. When you move, energy should flow with you, not against you. And once that foundation of flow is set, we can begin to enhance the energy even further through light, color, and texture, the subtle language that speaks directly to the soul. Nukomatulam hau hutkin hana hom badkutu gikak. Thi jochin la subuabon. If there's one thing that drains chi faster than anything else, it's clutter. In Feng Shui, clutter isn't just mess, it's stagnant energy, the physical reflection of emotional weight. Every object you keep holds a small charge of energy. When too many of those charges pile up, old clothes you never wear, unopened mail, unused gadgets, your space begins to hum with static. And that static quietly steals your focus, creativity, and peace. In small apartments, this becomes even more powerful, because when space is limited, energy has fewer places to move. A single cluttered corner can affect the whole apartment, like a blocked artery in the body. I once worked with a designer in New York who loved collecting vintage decor, small figurines, old magazines, little treasures from flea markets. She displayed them beautifully at first, but over time, every shelf, counter, and surface filled up. When she called me, she said, "I don't understand. My home looks beautiful, but feels heavy." When I walked in, I could feel it too. The air was thick, visually busy, almost buzzing. We started small, one shelf at a time. She kept only the pieces that truly sparked joy or carried meaningful memories. Everything else she donated. When we finished, the transformation was stunning, not just in appearance, but in feeling. She told me, "It's like my apartment can breathe again, and so can I." That's the secret. Decluttering is emotional detox. It's about releasing not just things, but the stories attached to them. Guilt, nostalgia, or fear of letting go. When you create physical space, you invite new opportunities, relationships, and experiences to enter. Light is life. In Feng Shui, we say that where light goes, qi follows. And in small apartments, light, both natural and artificial, becomes the heartbeat of the space. It shapes how energy moves, how colors feel, and even how we feel within our own walls. Have you ever walked into a dimly lit apartment and immediately felt tired, even if you weren't before? That's not your imagination. That's the energy contracting. Darkness slows down qi, while light expands it. So the first step in creating harmony is always to invite more light in. If you're lucky to have windows, make them count. Pull the curtains wide every morning. Use sheer fabrics instead of heavy drapes. Let daylight wash through your home like a gentle tide. If natural light is limited, layer your lighting. A soft ambient glow from ceiling fixtures, task lighting for reading or cooking, and warm accent lights to create depth. I once worked with a client in Chicago who lived in a small studio facing a brick wall. She told me, "No matter what I do, my apartment feels gray." We introduced soft wall sconces and a floor lamp with a linen shade to mimic daylight. Then we added a mirror opposite her window to bounce what little sunlight she had back into the room. Within hours, the place felt alive again. She said, "It feels like morning, even at night." Now, light is just one part of what we call the elemental balance. The interplay of the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Each one adds a different tone to your space, and when balanced, keeps your home's energy stable and vibrant. For instance, 1. Wood mountain brings growth. Use plants or wooden textures. 2. Fire adds passion through candles or touches of red and orange. 3. Earth grounds you. Think ceramics or sandy tones. 4. Metal brings clarity, silver accents or light gray hues. 5. Water nourishes flow, mirrors, glass, or soft, dark blues. A small apartment can feel confined if one element dominates. Too much metal and the space feels cold. Too much wood and it becomes restless. Balance is key, and color is one of your greatest tools to achieve it. For tight spaces, choose airy neutrals. Glacier white, pale celadon, soft ivory, and then layer with textures. A woven rug, a linen throw, a smooth ceramic vase. These let your senses rest while keeping the room alive. The lesson here is simple. Light and color don't just decorate a room, they heal it. They tune your space like a musical instrument, aligning the energy to your emotional rhythm. When you feel drained, light a candle. When you feel scattered, bring in earth tones. Your home will always respond. And once we've balanced the heart of the home, we can look at how to magnify its energy through reflections, perspective, and the magic of mirrors. That's where our next chapter begins. There's something magical about a touch of green in a small apartment. A single plant can completely shift the mood of a room, softening corners, purifying the air, and reconnecting you to life's natural rhythm. In Feng Shui, plants represent the wood element, the energy of growth, vitality, and new beginnings. They remind us that no matter how small our space, it can still be alive, evolving, and full of possibility. When you live in a compact home, every object holds energy, and plants hold the most generous kind. They breathe out what we breathe in. They quietly absorb stress, refresh the air, and invite chi to move upward, symbolizing expansion, hope, and health. But not all plants carry the same energy. Tall, slender plants like Dracaena or Areca palm are perfect for small apartments because they draw the eye upward, creating the illusion of higher ceilings and open air. Flowing plants like pothos or our English ivy soften sharp corners. These corners often act as poison arrows in Feng Shui, sending harsh energy toward you. Round leaf plants such as money trees or jade plants invite prosperity and gentle abundance. I once helped a client in Boston, a tech professional who worked from home and often felt boxed in by his small studio. His apartment was clean and modern, but it felt sterile. We added a few vertical plants near the window and a trailing ivy over a bookshelf. Within a week, he told me, it feels like the air itself is happier. That's the spirit of growth. Subtle but deeply felt. Caring for plants is also an act of mindfulness. When you water them, you nurture your connection to life itself. When you trim dead leaves, you practice letting go. And when you watch new shoots grow, you remind your subconscious that you too are capable of renewal. Feng Shui isn't something you do once and forget. It's like tending a garden. Energy grows, changes, and needs care. Even the most harmonious home will lose its balance if chi is allowed to stagnate. That's why the final key to living well in a small apartment is to create simple, meaningful rituals that keep your space and your spirit in flow. Start with the simplest one: air renewal. Each morning, open your windows for at least 10 minutes, even if it's cold outside. So as we close this journey through Feng Shui for small apartments, remember, you don't need a big home to live a big life. You just need a space that breathes with you, one that reflects light, love, and your own quiet rhythm of growth. That's how you live in flow, not just with your home, but with the whole universe.